Now, of course, one of the big questions we have surrounding mandatory masks is how they will be enforced. For more on this, we're joined by the City of Toronto's Chief Spokesperson, Brad Ross. Brad, always good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure, Anthony. Good morning.
So give us a sense. Let me start right there. In terms of enforcement, what role will the City of Toronto have in all of this?
This is really about education right now, Anthony. It's not about, issuing tickets or fines. It's about educating people so that they understand that this is a temporary bylaw and that this is a bylaw that is designed to protect other people from you. It's the mask is not about, or face covering is not about protecting yourself as much as it is about protecting others from you should you be ill and not know, be asymptomatic, for example. Of course, if you are ill, then you should be at home self-isolating. So this is a temporary measure. COVID-19 continues to circulate in the community. We are in a pandemic, and so we had three objectives when all of this started. The first was to save lives. The second was to protect the healthcare system from becoming overwhelmed. And the third was being able to restart the economy. So we are in that third phase right now. We still, of course, want to save lives and protect the healthcare system, but we're now able to slowly start to restart the economy as we enter stage two. And so donning a mask in indoor public spaces will protect the public from you as an individual. So when I wear a mask, I'm protecting you. And when you wear a mask, you're protecting me.
Yeah, there's certainly growing evidence to support the need for these masks overall, but a lot of questions I want to get to, and there are some exceptions and some exemptions. We outlined some of them. It includes a number of medical conditions for those where it's difficult to breathe, also a mental health condition, a disability that prevents wearing a mask or face covering, or those who are hearing impaired, among many others. Given all that, for those with legitimate reasons, how can we guarantee that they will be allowed even entry, because some places are refusing it in the first place?
Right. Well, so the bylaw does state that you do not need to prove your exemption from the mask bylaw. So we're not interested, as I said off the top, about issuing tickets and being the mask police, if you will. This is about educating people who are able to wear a mask, why they need to wear a mask, to do the right thing. To protect others from you. And certainly if you have a condition that prevents you from wearing a mask, or if you're a child under the age of 2, we're not asking you to prove that you are exempt. So we want to we want the public to understand the need for a mask, and at the same time, businesses and the city itself will not be asking people to prove that they don't need to wear a mask. We want to we want to do the right thing here, and we want to educate people about why it is the right thing to do.
No, but given that, I mean, I know I don't want to quibble over too much of the language, but it's mandatory according to the rule, but at the same time, people are not required and you can't even ask for it. So effectively, is it mandatory under those terms?
Well, look, I mean, it is mandatory, but but as I said, Anthony, we're not going to, we're not going to go heavy and hard on those who aren't wearing a mask, demanding that they prove it. We know and we believe anyway that the vast majority of the public understand the rationale for this, that we are in a pandemic, and those that cannot wear a mask for reasons that we've just discussed are we're not going to ask them to prove that. We believe that, and I think it's fair to say that the public who are able to wear a mask, the vast majority of them will comply with the bylaw, because, as I say, it's the right thing to do. We are in a pandemic. People are still contracting this virus, and we see what's happening south of the border. We don't want to be. We don't want to see that here.
Brad, we appreciate your time and your insight this morning. Brad Ross, the City of Toronto spokesperson. Thank you again.